Welcome to a new Monday morning routine. It's Coffee with Strangers with Kelli Lemon.
Hey, it's Kelli, and today I'm at Pop to Grab Coffee with Paige Mudd. Paige just celebrated 20 years at the Richmond Times-Dispatch, where this girl from Delaware has worked her way from intern to executive editor.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming on. I know who you are. I know what you do. Mm-hmm. But this might be the first time we've ever sat down and had like a I need you at this, or we're meeting up at this conversation. So Who are you and what do you do in the city?
I'm Paige Mudd. I'm the executive editor at the Times-Dispatch. I actually just celebrated my 20th anniversary at the paper. I run the newsroom. I run the day-to-day operations along with the managing editor. I do a lot of other things too that are behind the scenes that are not necessarily what you think of when you think of an editor. Putting together books, using our archives, handling licensing requests. So sort of if it needs to be done, I'll do it.
Do you drink coffee?
I drink coffee, I shouldn't say this here, but by volume, not quality. I appreciate a good cup of coffee, but at home, it's the giant thing of Folgers from Costco, and I drink about a pot of it before I leave.
And that's it? You don't need any more for the rest of the day?
No, I usually have some more.
Wow. You grew up with the paper almost 20 years. What department did you start in?
I actually started as an intern on the Virginia desk. I loved Richmond and I loved this newsroom, so I wanted to wind up back here. I went back and finished school at Syracuse. I got a job up there, and then about a year later, Richmond called and they were like, hey, come on back down. So I moved back and I started as the Chesterfield County Schools reporter. And then I was the Richmond Cops and Courts reporter, which was my favorite beat by far.
Real quick, we love shouting out past guests, and how amazing is Emily Hart? But heck, before she was on our show, she was painting at the Bon Secours Reinhardt Guest House. And for our friends at Chesapeake Bank. Seriously, the girls all over the community. And Chesapeake Bank is all about community. Learn more at chessbank.com/CWS. Chesapeake Bank, member FDIC.
You know, the RTD that's so Richmond. You go there to get everything you need to know. And in being there for 20 years, tell me how the paper has evolved.
It's so very different now than it was when I started, and not just because I'm in a different role. If you're a reporter, you'd stroll in at 10:30, 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
You'd come in, you'd write a story, and then when you went home, like, you were done. Your work was done.
Yeah.
Now, it's 24/7. We're doing more than we ever did and reaching more people than we ever have with a much smaller staff. News is still at our core, and covering the community in Richmond is our mission and our core, but we have all these other things that are part of our portfolio too. We have to give people news when and where they want it now. So it's not just the paper hits your doorstep at 5 a.m.
Tell me some of the things in Richmond that you are just loving on right now.
My family is obsessed with the Folk Festival. I'm sure everyone you have on says restaurants. I have 3 young kids, so we don't get out much. But I still try to Pops has amazing pasta. So I try to pick up pasta and take it home with me.
Give me the last 3 places that you ate.
Had an anniversary dinner at Shagbark that was out of this world. Love the Roosevelts.
Yes.
Love Stella's and Pops.
Where do you guys rest your head? Where's home?
Hanover County.
Okay. Why did you choose Hanover?
We chose Hanover in 2006 after we got married. My husband grew up in Short Pump. We didn't want Short Pump.
Got it. Okay.
So Hanover was sort of like a happy medium.
Yeah, and then you work downtown, so you get downtown.
We're actually on our 3rd house in Hanover, and now 2nd house in the same neighborhood.
Atlee or Hanover?
Atlee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an Atlee girl, so I'm all about that.
I did not know you're an Atlee girl.
I went to Atlee.
What?
Yeah. Give me a Saturday with your girls if you had the whole day.
Probably come here and have a bagel or a biscuit. You've got to see the museums. The Valentine is amazing. The Virginia Museum of History and Culture is amazing. The VMFA. And of course, if it's like this outside, you're going to walk around the river. I think living here, maybe you don't appreciate everything that Richmond has to offer because it's right around you all the time. My goal over the next year is to get out to more of those places myself.
It's a family day. We are about to explore Richmond with the family.
Maymont for sure.
Okay.
Maymont is number 1.
Yeah.
I could go there every weekend and not get bored of it. Talk about hidden gem. It's just right in the middle of Richmond.
Yeah. Do you get to travel at all?
I was just last week in Omaha for 3 days, which is where our corporate offices are. I'm on the Virginia Press Association board, so I'm going to Farmville on Thursday.
Okay.
Excited about that.
Okay.
I'm going to be the faculty in residence at Syracuse in November, so I get to go there for a week, which is crazy.
Okay. Is there anything that you are just Completely excited about this coming up fall, winter.
I mean, I like the cold months are my favorite.
Yeah.
But birthdays and Christmas, and we've got a bunch of cool events coming up at work that I'm excited about. Some new projects. Personally, I'm excited to not be sweating anymore. And to like break out the tights and the boots and all that stuff.
Will you leave Richmond?
I can't picture myself leaving Richmond.
What's your Richmond elevator speech? Richmond is
diverse and accessible and exciting and always improving.
To hear the rest of my interview with Paige, check out the Coffee with Strangers podcast in your preferred podcast app. Subscribe to this channel on YouTube and visit coffeewithstrangersrva.com to sign up for the newsletter. Oh, and hit up chesapeake.com/CWS to learn more about Chesapeake Bank and all they do in the community. Chesapeake Bank, member FDIC. Okay, see you soon.